Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. Today is another First Alert weather day, so let's get right over to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi, get the details to get you morning ready as you head out the door. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. We are in the dog days of summer, as they say, right? I mean,
rough,
this is
rough.
Exactly.
That is rough.
It is rough out there. Yeah, I mean, we have temperatures already. Wait till you see the feels like temperatures. I mean, they blew my mind already. Some towns already feeling like 90 degrees, and it's 7 a.m., but our First Alert weather day is for today. The heat and the humidity combined feels like temperatures could top 100 degrees once again, but this is the last day. Big changes on the way tomorrow. We do have that heat advisory in effect for everybody except northern Litchfield County, but still very hot temperatures there expected throughout the day today. Now here's your temperatures. So notice 70s, even some 80s already. 80 in Hartford, 82 degrees in New Haven, but in New Haven, there's a dew point of 78. That's about as high as it gets here in Connecticut. 79 in Chester. Look at the feels like temperature in the Elm City at 7:01 in the morning, 91 degrees. Unbelievable warmth on the way forward today. Everybody, a very hot day. Take it slow, frequent breaks. If you work outside, you need to stay hydrated and seek shade as often as you can. It's 91. It feels like 91 in New Haven, and there's a lot of clouds out there, but these will continue to break out for the next few hours, as we see already in Old Saybrook. A lot of blue out there, expecting a very hot day across the state. There are some few areas of some patchy fog, but other than that, we're doing okay. There are a few showers out towards the west. Some of these could clip our northern counties over the next few hours, but we'll detail the big relief that comes as early as tomorrow, comfortable temperatures, and then some showers and storms are possible Sunday. All those details are coming up in your First Alert forecast. Good morning, Kate.
All right, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on your Thursday. If you're heading out the door right now, heading to work, bringing the kids to summer camp, or maybe you're heading to one of those open state parks or beaches, majority of the state looking very good. You will need the sunglasses as you're heading out. Some brief delays here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound, that southbound lane merging onto 84. Starting to pick up in traffic volume here in Middletown along Route 9 by the light. Moving very well here through the Mixmaster in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound, and in Meriden along 691 east and westbound. Again, no crashes, no major issues out there to start. In addition to the sunglasses, you will 100% need that air conditioner running in the car, probably the whole time. It's so humid outside, you just need to kind of cut the air. But again, normal delays that we're starting to see pick up, especially down through Fairfield County, just about an hour-and-a-half ride, 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge. But again, crash and incident-free. Daytime construction picks up between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock. That's a quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Well, right now, bacteria concerns are forcing several state parks to close on one of the hottest days of the year.
Yeah, really not what you want to hear as you start to plan ways to cool off. Your reporter Marcy Jones is at Gardner Lake State Park in Salem, walking us through the problem and some solutions for families.
Trust me, I get it. With this heat and humidity, it is so tempting to just pack up the car and head to the local swimming spot closest to you. However, you definitely want to slow down and make sure you check ahead, because a lot of these places are closed due to that high level of bacteria. Gardner Lake is a 528-acre gem here in southeast Connecticut, a favorite for swimming, fishing, and boating, even offering access to Connecticut's smallest state park, Mini Island. Deep tests waters at state parks weekly for bacteria, and today, parks like this one are temporarily closed as a safety precaution because of recent test results. Also closed today is Indian Wells State Park in Shelton and Lake Warramog State Park in Kent. You can see that recently posted danger because of high bacteria levels sign right here, but we do have some good news. All of the state's shoreline parks are open for business, so make sure you head on over there if you're looking to cool down. Your reporter in Salem, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Right, this morning, a Milford man faces animal cruelty charges after police say a dog died from being left in a hot car. Our partners over at The Patch report the suspect left 2 dogs in his car last month while going into a store. He's due back in court next month. And a reminder here, very important, never leave pets or children in a vehicle. They can reach dangerous temperatures within minutes, even on mild days.
Right now in Woodbridge, police tell us Amity Road is back open to traffic. It was closed for several hours after a car crashed into a utility pole. Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the scene here right near Burnt Swamp Road. Police say one person was hurt but is expected to be okay.
New this morning, the fire marshal's office is investigating a fire outside of the Hartford Adult Education Center. Pinpoint News Tracker taking you to the scene on Washington Street, where fire crews say they found a pile of trash on fire just after 11 o'clock last night. Crews say they were able to prevent it from spreading into the building. We're told no one was hurt.
Right now, leaders from both sides of the aisle are furious that a former drug pin who was convicted in connection with the murders of a mother and her 8-year-old son is a free man again.
President Joe Biden granted clemency to Adrian Peeler in his final days in office. And your reporter, Roger Susanin, is live at the state capitol with more on this controversy. Roger, people are calling for this to be overturned, but is that possible?
Yeah, good morning, Tracy. The legal experts that we spoke with about this issue say it is essentially done and dusted. Despite the horrific crimes that Adrian Peeler was convicted of committing, he will likely remain a free man. And some of the people who are outraged remember the victims. Karen Clark and her 8-year-old son Leroy, who was called BJ, were murdered in 1999. Prosecutors say BJ was about to testify against Adrian Peeler's brother Russell, who convinced Adrian to kill Karen and BJ. Adrian Peeler was sentenced to 25 years for conspiracy to commit murder. That sentence wrapped up in 2022, but Peeler was still in jail on a separate drug charge until President Joe Biden granted clemency to Peeler, along with nearly 2,500 other people who he calls nonviolent drug offenders. Senate Republicans blasted the move and questioned whether it could be overturned due to Biden's possible use of an automatic signature. Writing, former President Biden's outrageous grant of clemency was a terrible miscarriage of justice. If it was indeed done via auto pen, it raises questions about the legitimacy of that executive action. Democrats have slammed the outcome as well. Senator Richard Blumenthal wrote, "It seems to me that someone dropped the ball here to let this person get released. This was a really vicious murder that changed our laws. It also highlights how we need to take a look at the pardon system to see how it can be improved." And by the way, we should note that Senator Blumenthal is not the only leader that believes that Adrian Peeler was set free because of either a mistake or an oversight. But again, unless something changes, unless something unprecedented happens, he will remain a free man going forward, despite the objections of so many. Reporting live in Hartford this morning, I'm your reporter Roger Susanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, today a controversial bill will be signed into law that prevents police from handcuffing children here in Connecticut.
It prohibits police from using handcuffs to restrain any child under the age of 14.
State Democrats support the bill, but some Republicans do not agree with it. They're saying it reduces an officer's ability to do their job effectively.
The bill does provide several exceptions, like when it's been determined that public safety is at risk, the child is posing a danger to themselves or others, or when a judge has ordered restraints to be used in a courtroom under existing court policy. That legislation goes into effect October 1st.
Well, this morning, leaders in our state are raising Medicaid reimbursement rates for 17 community health centers across Connecticut. The rates are used to determine how much money providers are paid for treating Medicaid patients. State leaders hope the changes will allow the centers to stay open despite federal funding cuts. They serve more than 400,000 people every year, regardless of their ability to pay. And this morning, leaders here in Connecticut and 19 other states are suing the Trump administration over cuts to FEMA. And the program was meant to reduce the impacts of natural disasters.
Officials say our state has lost more than $80 million set aside for flood prevention projects, and the lawsuit claims only Congress has the power to withhold federal money. All right, switching gears here as we search for Connecticut's best hot dog. Head to the Channel 3 app right now to send us the names of the places that serve up your top dog. The 16 with the most mentions will make it onto the bracket, and then we'll start voting later this month.
And as we get another check of your first alert forecast, the time right now 7:10. We have some clouds out there farther towards the north through Hartford, but these will break, and we're looking at a lot of sunshine today with a lot of heat and humidity. Temperature already 80 degrees. Winds straight out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Notice there's a chance for a spot shower 10, 11 a.m. It's not a big deal. And right beyond that, temperatures skyrocket into the 80s and then 90s. If you're heading to the beach, the UV index is an 8. Notice the temperatures, 80s farther out east, but even 90s from Brantford points west. All of these temperatures will feel like 90 or better. Recapping your weather headlines, it's hazy, hot, and humid today. Our first alert weather day, day 3 of 90 or better, making it our second heat wave of 2025. As far as tomorrow, major improvements with lower levels of humidity, a lot of sunshine. It's a great day tomorrow and Saturday, so we'll have a nice start to the weekend, but a wet end to it. We'll detail exactly what that means and what to expect for next week. That's ahead with your full First Alert forecast.